7 yards. Gonna be putting a single shot on that from a random delay on the timer. During that delay, I'm gonna stage the draw with the DCON hoodie here. So what I'm carrying is a 365X with a dot and a 15 round mag. That's gonna be about the same size as a Glock 17, guys. It's a long mag, long grip. So let's see what kind of times we get to that first shot. That's a .63. That's a .63. Now that's not going super fast, and that is with the gun completely in the holster until the beep goes off. Let's see if we can speed it up. There's a .55 if I am moving. If you watch my stuff, you probably know that oftentimes I walk around with two guns on. One in a Filster Enigma Express, configured to be a deep carry rig, sitting below the belt line at the 12 o'clock position. And the second gun is in my pocket. And, well, that pocket carry is really there for one reason. The gun in the pocket allows me to get a full firing grip while out in public, while still being discreet and not raising any flags for anyone. Walking around with your hands inside your pockets is normal, but when I have my hand in that pocket on a gun, I'm essentially guaranteed a sub-second draw with very minimal risk of any complications of botched grip or issues with clearing a garment. That's a big capability, and one that really has been worth the added complexity of a second gun. I've needed that added complexity up until now, but I've learned, well, there are things that I can wear that allow me just as easy access. Specifically, I'm talking about this. This is the Hoodlum, the DCON hoodie. If you're thinking this looks exactly like every other big box store hoodie, you are right. There's no added logos, no added stitching. There's no graphics anywhere on the outside of this to distinguish it from any other hoodie that you see someone wearing on the street. It's by design. This is designed to go unnoticed, and it works well on that. The colors that are offered in this are navy blue, green, and black, the three most common hoodie colors that I see. So when you're wearing this, you're not going to stand out. The Hoodlum does not have a pocket. Instead, you have a full-width access panel. This is going to allow you to use either hand to reach in and gain access to any of the tools that you keep on your waistband discreetly. The benefits here are that this access panel allows me that same sub-second draw, but in a garment that lets me get away without carrying a second gun. The Hoodlum is unique in the way that it gives you access to tools on your waistline. There are other concealment hoodies with similar pass-throughs, but none that take the main pocket and completely delete the bottom. There's no zippers, there's no buckles, no grommets, nothing to snag, rattle, or scrape against the gun while you have this configured for a speedy draw. If you've ever worn hoodies before, especially ones that are actually appropriately sized and not grossly oversized, you know that this elastic waistband can slowly creep up and eventually expose a concealed firearm on your waistline. That's problematic. I don't want everyone to have to buy an oversized hoodie in order to get concealment. We don't need bagginess. What we need is something to keep the garment pinned to our body. Well, in opening up the panel and allowing access here, we are given a back panel that can be tucked behind an appendix carried firearm and behind the inside the waistband holster that will pin the garment in place. So even when I wear an appropriately sized hoodie, this is a large on my 5'10", 185 frame, I don't have to worry about the him creeping up and exposing the gun, as long as I have the back panel tucked behind the holster rig. Now, this also gives us added capability in accessing the gun without snags. In other designs where the pocket is something that you have to unzip to climb into, there's a lot more complexity in getting the pouch open and accomplishing the pass-through discreetly. In designs where the pocket is maintained, but the pass-through is elevated to allow you to still keep items in that pocket, what can happen often is a monkey fist. You are reaching your hand in a very narrow configuration into that pass-through, getting a firing grip on that gun, and when you go to remove that gun, well, the added girth of that in your hand prevents it from leaving the panel. Problematic. With proper staging and an ideal gun holster configuration, shockingly fast draws are fairly easy to find. Right now, I'm setting a par time for 0.6 seconds. That is ever so slightly longer than the two beeps combined. Sounds like this. It's very easy to get a gun out and get an initial trigger press with sight picture while using this technique at this par time. You can buy the Hoodlum on demonstratedconcepts.com, click on the products page, and select the size of your choice. We have navy, black, and green. I want to leave you guys with a reminder. Firearms training is inherently dangerous, and draw work adds complexity to that process. Before attempting any live fire from the DCON Hoodlum, please seek professional training. Dry fire and YouTube training is no substitute for quality in-person instruction. As always, guys, keep training and stay safe.